Well, session one, everyone. Dungeons of Drakkenheim. It's been a long time coming. All right, the story begins with our three intrepid travelers accompanying a supply caravan on its way to Drakkenheim. And Drakkenheim is no common place. It's a capital city, beautiful capital city, storied history, but one which faced a terrible catastrophe. 15 years ago, it was struck by a meteor, the city itself. Um, it was a great calamity. Many people lost their lives. The royal family itself gone, lost, chaos ensued. And not only that, but the meteor unleashed something otherworldly. There is a haze that has settled upon the city, and there is a madness as well. Contamination and monstrous transformations occurred to those who stayed behind. And so the city has become its own um, palace of horrors. But the city is not without its own riches and mysteries. Places have been destroyed, people have been laid low, but this is a capital city filled with potential, riches, and also uh, the throne is vacant. And so, what is this? What will this all spell for the future of Drakkenheim? So, as the characters are on their way, they're hitching a ride on this caravan to Drakkenheim, acting as somewhat of a muscle as well to protect the goods and provisions, and striking the whips at a couple pairs of horses is a short little gnome. He's got a musket across his lap, and he's grumbling to himself here about how long the road takes, but he's excited. Excited about the potential to make lots of coin in Emberwood Village, which is the last settlement before the city, the ruined city itself, where adventurers, gamblers, scoundrels, and all sorts of opportunistic people meet and try to make their way into the city. Ernie looks back at those folks on his wagon, and he's like, "Ah, man, what kind of people have I picked up this time?" And his eyes kind of linger a little bit on each of you. And as he looks upon you, what does he see or notice? And we'll start with your character, Stefan.
Um, he would notice a very rare race for any planet, a GIF, which is an kind of astral spacefaring hippo that no one really knows yet how it came to this planet and in this world and happens to set foot into the setting of Drakkenheim. For those who know a little bit about GIF, RTO will seem a little bit scrawny and skinny, so it's not as physically imposing as probably a high percentage of his brethren. But you can definitely tell that he has some lean muscle and some prowess within him. And every once in a while, you will also like see a little glimmer of purple shining out of his eyes, which is kind of a connection to that ancestral spark.
Oh, shaking his head at the hippo-like creature, his eyes linger upon this cloaked, um, slight woman. What does he see?
And there's not much to see beyond the cloak. For the cowl kind of reaches across her nose, and the hood is up above. But from the shape of the hood, you can tell there are a couple of horns underneath, because otherwise it'd be a very strange hairstyle. And the cloak kind of drapes down across. Very muted clothing and different types of grays and blacks ranging from light grays to like a dark charcoal. But she is sitting almost kind of scrunched up, and there's a tail kind of resting at her feet, and she is very intent. She has a needle and thread in her hands, and she's got one of the flaps of her skirt, which is made up of many flaps, and there's like leggings underneath and everything. But she's got one of the flaps, and she's stitching into it. You can tell that it's not quite patchwork, but definitely a random series of embroidery, and she almost seems very intent upon it, not really paying heed to the people around her.
And his eyes finally turn towards this figure who has not removed his curious mask. What does he see?
What you see is a figure of 6 foot stander, dredged in black leather cloaks, with a mask donning that of a plague doctor.
Yeah.
Ernie is actually familiar with this character, for he has made the passage to Emberwood Village a few times and knows of the doctor, the physician there. And so he trusts, I don't know if he trusts him so much as he acknowledges he's I don't know, a decent character who has healed people, takes in those who are injured. The hippo seemed like a decent amount of muscle and intimidating figure, and the girl, well, she flashed some weapons, and he was like, you know what, she might be able to help with any banditry that might wear its ugly head. And so he allowed you guys passage, and free passage as long as you helped forestall any kind of shenanigans on the way. You guys learn along the course of your journey that Emberwood Village is the only settlement within range of Drakkenheim for about 2 weeks worth, or it's everywhere has been vacated. For as you're rolling along in this cart, the countryside, as you get closer to Drakkenheim, turns dreary and desaturated. There's many abandoned villages, dilapidated homes, crumbling farmsteads, with sallow, empty fields and forests of dead trees. Thorny brambles and harsh scrubgrass are all that grow along the mud-slick road. Drizzling rain fills most days, and the wind howls at night. And aside from the creaking of the wagon wheels, you can hear the cawing of the occasional crow. It's not the doctor in the back, but it's actual crows. And so it's, as you guys are getting closer to the city on one of these days, particular kind of misty day, you guys see some lights bobbing in front of the caravan. And then suddenly a few figures emerge from the mist in front of it. A man on a horse, actually, a few people on horses, about a half dozen characters. And one of them yells out, "Oi, oi! Hold there, friends! You're traveling on a royal road, eh? In these troubled times, it falls to loyal servants, like ourselves, to keep those highways free of reprobates and outlaws, eh? I'm afraid we'll need to collect a fee to ensure your safe passage to the capital." And suggests that each of you should pay about 25 gold for passage to Drakkenheim. You guys have any immediate responses?
No,
Would
as a regular here, it is best to just pay the toll and move forward. So I'll reach into my purse or my pocket and pull out the 25 gold that they're asking and hand it to them.
Well, as you are doing this, Ernie now has his musket unhinged, or pointed at the guys. Says, hold on now. You're not gonna cut into my profits. Back off, you. Or you get the other end of my fire stick. And it's interesting because you guys, except for maybe the GIF, are unfamiliar with this type of contraption that he has in his arms here. But he seems to favor it and treat it as a ranged weapon.
I've
Would we
stopped.
see something on them?
On these
Like,
characters,
how do they look generally?
they're individuals on horseback. They are armed. Each one of them has crossbows. The leader has a heavy crossbow, and these are what they have kind of at the ready, not pointed at you,
Okay.
but just
Hmm.
you notice they're armed.
How
Do
far
the
away
horses
are
look
they?
any special?
The horses. Can you go ahead and make a perception check for me?
Ooh, first roll.
Mhm.
First roll of the campaign. Gotta make a
Nice.
perception. As you kind of eye them and
That's a 15
Mm.
total.
18?
Rolled my
What?
passive perception.
All right. You don't discern anything magical about these horses or unique. They're riding horses that would be common to the area. And the characters themselves appear armed not only with the crossbows, but they also have what's it called, swords as well,
Mhm.
sheathed under their cloaks that you've noticed.
I have
Okay.
just kind of left my needle in my clothing and stood up. Taking off my cloak. Just standing limber and ready.
Okay. The leader of
Okay.
the band, or the leader of the royal servants here, loyal servants, suggests to Ernie, "You better reconsider, friend."
How far away was him? Was he?
Oh, sorry, they are about 50 feet away from you guys.
50. 50. Yeah.
50. So I
Um,
have one member
did-
who is seeking to be compliant. I don't know about the other two.
The GIF is kind of getting up, leaning on his quarterstaff, and they can see his bare scar kind of riddled chest.
One of them is like,
And
"Boy, what the hell is that?"
and he yells over, is like, if you want my money, you need to come and get it from me. I'm not getting out of this wagon.
I'm with you.
Okay. So they turn to each other and say, "It could have made it easy on us." Let's see here. Okay. Now they start taking out their crossbows. Off the cart. Not playing around. Ernie pulls out his musket. We're in a standoff here. And you know what? Let's go ahead and roll initiative then.
All right.
Go ahead and roll initiative.
I need to see, so I gotta take the stuff off.
Gracious.
All right.
Ugh.
8.
Okay.
Sorry.
12
Why? Just pay the
for
toll.
Artio.
You don't need to fight.
Wait, so you're 8, Siren? Oh, what was your character's name?
Layla.
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 Layla. All right,
Uh,
Stefan,
that was-
your character Arturio.
12.
12. Okay.
Artio is on 12.
And then Joe, your character, what's his name?
Dr. Ronora Artilia, or something like that. Rolled a 13.
Doctor. I'll call you Doctor.
Doctor.
Okay.
Yeah.
And, and Ernie. I can't forget Ernie. All right.
And Ernie.
Okay. Now, Doctor, you're first. You see this all happening.
Ooh.
It looks like it's going to turn violent. There's a half dozen figures wielding light crossbows on horseback accosting your caravan of 4 individuals.
Real quick, DM.
You're seated on the back of this large cart.
What? I forget. What were we carrying? Gold wise.
30.
Only 30. Lovely.
Mhm. If you want to parlay, you have first round of initiative.
Yeah. I sort of just look at this group that I'm in right now and look back at the guards, and I'm like, we don't need to fight in a time that strife and death are all around us. Why add more to the numbers that the delirium is taking? Why not save this ragtag bunch or these people and just take my money, all of it? I shall give you what I have. Just let us go through. We don't need to add to the death. Toll.
All right. Well, the toll's 100 gold for you guys. You got 100 gold on you?
Yes, I do.
All right. Well then, hand it over. And the leader trots his horse over to you while the others still remain their crossbows fixed upon each of your hearts. So he trots the horse next to the cart
Artio's
by.
smiling over to Layla.
He trots it over towards you, Doctor. And what happens?
How close is he now?
Oh, he is side by side with the cart. He's like right in front of you guys, up on the horse, on the doctor's side of the cart, ready to accept payment from him.
All right. Who? Oh, we didn't figure out where we're sitting. Who's closer, Layla or Arturio?
I see you guys are equidistant. You guys are on the right side of the cart, and Doctor's on the left side, and so he's on the left side of the cart.
Is initiative still in play?
Yeah, initiatives. I mean, it is still in play. I'm saying that's what's going to happen unless you guys intervene here. Because Layla
Okay.
and Arturio, you're next in initiative order.
All right.
Oh,
I
nice.
can just say that I'm going to hold out or rustle through my doctor bag, and am going to hand him a small pouch of gold.
Okay, so what you guys notice is we could count this as his reaction. The guy comes over. He's coming over to accept whatever it is Arturio's going to have. But Layla, or sorry, Arturio, you were first.
Hey.
Yeah.
As he grabs for that pouch, Arturio seizes his opportunity and tries to grapple the man off of his horse and back on the back of the cart.
Wait, so are you jumping off the cart at the man on the
No,
horse?
from the cart. It trotted next to the cart, right? So
Huh,
I was
yeah.
assuming I'll try to
Oh.
pull him onto the cart.
So you're gonna step to that side and be
Up to-
like,
yeah.
yoink.
Oh my
Exactly.
Okay, grapple check. Let's go.
All right. Let's
see
do
here.
it. Let's see if it rolls it the way it should, because no, sorry, I'm doing digital dice. So, are there dice on Discord too, so that you see my roll?
Not on Discord.
Because
That's okay.
I'm rolling.
We're on the level.
All right.
Okay, we trust you. Because I'm rolling physical dice anyways here.
I don't. That is a 19.
Yeah, Arturio strides over, and he's just kind of like,
First one
"What's
was-
this?" And you yoink him off the horse onto the cart,
Nice.
and you have him grappled.
Nice. Keep him grappled, and I yell out to the other guys. It's like, now what are we looking at? I don't know if we should pay.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
Oh yeah, I'm really good at that. That is a 12. 13 minus 1.
Okay.
I'm not intimidating anybody.
Well, they're like, Bogdan! And he's like afraid because their crossbows are faced at both of you guys. And he's like, "Ugh." Does he have the pouch from, does he have the doctor's pouch or no? Okay, Bogdan from his position, based on your intimidation check and everything, he's trying to wave off the men. Don't shoot! Says, okay, I'll take his pouch, just his pouch. We'll be on our way. Is that fair? Fair?
I'm still holding him and I'm kind
Yeah.
of squeezing him tight, and it's like,
Yours is
you
fair.
might want to leave that crossbow with us and your sword.
At this moment, I'll allow Layla to do something to help
Yeah.
with this,
Okay.
since you're next in the initiative.
So you said there were lights
Nice.
ahead of us, so they're carrying lanterns or torches?
A couple of them had lanterns, but they have. Oh, that doesn't make sense. The horses. Yeah, no. A couple of them have torches. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use thaumaturgy. And so I'm still staring out
Ooh.
at the remainder of the group. How many? So you have dozens, so like 5 more, right, on horseback.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to use these at once. I'm going to cause the flames to brighten all at the same time. The earth is going to tremble, and my voice is going to boom. So I'm aiming mostly at the horses to startle them. So fire and earth trembling and gosh, what was I gonna say?
Okay.
Your
At
life
this-
is what you should be worried about. It is your
Okay.
life at stake, not ours.
So
But
with
booming.
that, the horses do kind of give kind of a start, kind of like pawing the ground and whinnying. They're not bolting. However, go ahead and I would say make an intimidation check, and then Arturo, make an intimidation check as well, because you're still
Mhm.
grappling him and holding him tight. So I'm going to allow you guys to each hit an intimidation check roll on him.
0.
0.
Gosh.
12.
12.
Why?
All right. So they're still like, those weirdos. And
Okay.
they yell out to Bogdan, "Hey Bogdan, we'll stick the gnome. Yeah, we'll stick the gnome. You guys." And then at that, Ernie lets off with his musket at one of the ones near him. A big boom. However, it's his musket pushes him backwards into the supply cart over the thing, shooting wildly. He has not really mastered this, and it's a little too big for his gnomish frame as he rolls a natural 1 and
Oh,
tumbles
no.
back into the supply cart.
Oh.
And misses wildly as the shot rings out through the countryside. Doctor, it's now your turn.
Ooh.
What are you all doing? Ah. Are we all on the cart still?
You're all on the cart. Now you guys and Bogdan are on the cart.
Okay. Can I make my way, depending on where I'm at on the cart, to the reins and just kind of go, and kind of like try to get out of here?
Sure. All right. Clamber over to the now vacant driver's seat and make an animal handling check.
Oh God.
Start this
Um,
cart.
Hopefully he's pleased and love his ground.
You might be a veterinarian.
17.
Who knows?
17.
You get the horses to start going. The draft horses are starting to pull the cart here. The cart is now moving, but there are men on horseback, unencumbered by a cart that are around you guys and keeping close. But at least you're a moving target now, right? All right,
There we go.
Arturio, you're up. And really quick, I'm gonna see if he has tried to break your grapple, and whether you're still grappling him.
Mhm.
Okay, no, he is. I don't believe he rolled a 7.
All right. Let me contest it here. Yeah. 8.
Oh, all right. He's struggling. He's a
Oh,
pretty
crap.
strong guy. He's the biggest of the bunch, but you're still got him. All right, now you may take your turn.
So with my free hand, I kind of try to clop him over the head with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
And that is a 16.
16. That hits. You got a clean
16
hit on the
hit.
noggin.
And ooh, that's nice. I rolled a max 8.
8.
Yeah,
You just
1d6 plus 2.
clobber him. Okay. Yeah.
Beautiful.
He is clobbered on the head.
And
Ah!
how does he look? Do I feel like this guy is
He
giving
looks
out
like
soon?
he looks like a guy who may be prone to taking a few shots on the head.
All right.
He's a pretty thick-skulled individual here, but
Then
that
just
did a number on him.
good. So for good measure, I will follow up with an unarmed strike, which is a headbutt into a grappled guy. And that is a 21, which I assume hits 2 then,
Yep.
or 5 damage.
Ouch. Yeah, he's a little spinning, but you feel him still struggling
Nice.
against you.
Nice.
All right, Layla.
All right. So the cart's moving. But
Mhm.
the horse that he was on, is it just standing there?
It's kind of
Oh
it's
yeah.
not following.
It's not following. All right, cool,
No.
cool. So are we like what, 40 feet now? But I guess it doesn't matter too much.
They have inched closer a little bit on their
Okay.
horses, so I would say you guys are about maybe just 20 feet from the guys.
Okay, but still too far for me to like jump. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull out my short bow.
Since it's a thing that's
Nice.
moving and in moving, no, they want to get close enough to be within melee range of the thing. They're on their crossbows now,
Okay,
so you're gonna get up
so-
to your short.
Short bow.
Ah,
Yeah. And I'll just aim
Okay,
at
Now we're
like
talking.
the one on the left.
Okay, that's gonna be Hosh.
Hush.
Yeah,
Gosh,
get him.
get
Hush,
hush.
hush. All right.
Yeah,
Ouch, 9.
why?
9. All right, that one. Yeah, you shoot it. Like sinks into what looks to be some of his armor. It seems unfazed. Like All right. Anything else? Layla?
No, just kind of make sure. Artur, you got him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got this guy.
Alright. So I kind of like duck down.
He's already mine.
Duck down behind whatever cover I can get from the crossbows.
Excellent. Good. Then, so while grappled, he can make an attack against you, Arturio, right?
Yeah, against anyone within 5 feet.
Right. It's not
Or
a
whatever his
restrained.
range is.
anything.
Yeah,
Okay.
nothing. It's just grappled. He can't move.
Okay, cool. He's able to manipulate a dagger out of his bodice is going to try to make a couple of stabs at you. While you are... Oops, why am I not rolling in my new dice tray?
Ah,
Oh!
I don't know.
Oh,
Depends
no.
which one is lower. Pick whichever one is lower.
It's a
It's
6
a
and a
crit.
10.
Oh,
6 and a 10. So, are those both misses?
yeah. Both
Yeah, he's
misses.
swinging wildly at you. However, let's see here. 2 of them are going to try to cut down the person running the horses. They're going to try to cut down the doctor here. Let's see here. That's going to be a 10 and an 11. On the doctor.
On the doctor's
10
cloak.
and 11. 10 meets my armor, and 11 hits it.
Wait, 10. If it meets, it hits, right? Yeah, if it meets, it hits. Your AC is 10?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Both will hit.
So both
Mhm.
of those just hit.
Why are
Alright.
you going after me? I'm not doing anything.
That is 12 piercing damage.
I'm not
Combined.
No.
So that's, yeah, it was 4 plus 8 piercing.
Okay,
Oh.
your driver's unconscious now.
The driver's unconscious. Okay. The horse is just kind of trotting, riderless. All right. So then,
Oh my gosh.
um,
Layla's having like
another couple
PTSD.
are trying to train their bows on Layla. Looks like easy pickings, and they're still afraid to shoot at the guy who's grappling their leader. But they figure maybe we can pick off one of these guys here. Well, that
Yeah,
is
yeah.
a 16 and a 12.
The 12 does not hit, 16 does.
Okay, so 2 bolts come your way. One of them hits you for 8 piercing damage.
Ow.
Okay, that is their turn. It's now Ernie's turn. And
Ernie,
Er-
toss me that gun.
Ernie's he's got a gun, but it's definitely like not functionable right now. He's messed it up with his natural one.
No.
He's like, he sees how things are going, and you're
He's
slumped
a
over.
gnome. He has explosives.
You can take
Ernie
my
is
short bow if you need it.
You mean the
Ernie-
gnome longbow?
Yes.
Ernie is going to let's see here. He's hunched down in the back, or where he's fallen over in the back, and he is going to reload his gun, and yes, he finds out what is wrong with it. And since he rolled a natural 20 this time, I'm going to say that he does it with enough time that it becomes a bonus action. He's going to whip it out again, and using the back of the supply cart where the seat was, this 3/4 cover leaning over, he's going to take aim at one of those guys on the horseback. And yes, the next fire from that blunderbuss that he has is a direct hit on one of them, and blows him off the horse. Yeah,
Nice.
blows him off the horse.
Jeez.
Ah! And he was
Yes.
aiming at, and you hear the one you aimed at, Karen Hosh, yell, "Mudface, no!" as he's cocked off his horse, and his crossbow goes asunder. Okay. Doctor, I guess that's a saving throw from you, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Welcome to DM Putrid, where you're making
That will be an 11.
Nice.
the one guy who said, "I want to
You
parlay,
did
I
it.
don't want to fight." All right, Arturio,
Good,
it's your
good,
go.
good. I kind of hope that I can do that without using an action. I just want to yell again
Yeah.
pretty loud so that everyone kind of hears me and
Yeah.
say, we don't have to do that. Let's just stop it here before more people die.
Okay. That intimidation check with advantage.
Nice.
Since the tides have turned, the situation has escalated even further.
Oh,
I
how the
need that
turns
advantage.
tables.
I rolled twice a 6. Come on.
Oh,
That's not advantage.
Twice
no,
six,
that
I
is
think.
not.
Yeah,
I'm the
there.
most unintimidating grappler
I
there
still
is.
allow you to take an action. I don't allow that as that's a free action to me.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, I really need that heavy crossbow. Same kind of idea. Stick to the face of the captain.
Yeah, you got it.
And that will not hit. That's an 8. But following it up with a little tighter squeeze here on our strike. As I'm grappling him, I'm kind of trying to squeeze kind of his jugular a little bit harder.
I've done it before.
And that's a 15.
That hits.
Nice. And as this is a dire situation, I will so that's 3 bludgeoning damage, and then as this is a dire situation, kind of through my hands, a little bit of that astral spark flows and causes 2 more force damage on his trachea.
Woohoo!
Whoa.
This freaks him out a little. And as he is now bloodied and fearing for his life, he'll okay, all right, we'll get out of here. Stop. Everybody stop. And
I would love to, but I can't.
Yes.
and
You
and
stop dying.
he pleads to be released. Um, and tells them tries to get his men to stop and the lady to stop as well, and yeah, and so the trio that are still there say basically are like let's get out of here, and they start kicking it away as Ernie's loading another
Nice.
round in the chambers, right?
Goodness.
And so what do you guys do with? Do you allow Bogdan to leave? What do you do, Arturo, once he kind of waves the white flag after that attack?
I will tell him that they may leave, and they should keep this encounter in mind in the future. If they ever cross paths with us again, they should be well reminded that we're no pushovers.
Sure.
Perhaps they
And I
have some
encourage him
gold.
to leave his heavy crossbow with us.
That works.
Oh,
works
so
too.
you're saying we need his heavy crossbow? Okay.
Yeah, I don't trust him. If he walks away with his crossbow still cocked, I want him to shoot us in the back.
How about you buy it off me? It's so expensive. I can't replace that.
Should I knock him out, or do you want to do the honors?
No. He's like, God damn it. And he notices that the men have already ran off, and that there's like the horses in disarray, and he's just willing to. He's just gonna surrender the crossbow. He tried.
Nice.
This hippo is not showing him
Good job,
mercy.
Layla.
He doesn't trust the hippo or suited figure. All right, so he's gonna ditch the crossbow and just skulk
Nice.
off, kind of looking over his shoulders. He goes back to his horse. It's left unattended. While your cart is still moving, and eventually Ernie stops the cart. At this, I do need you to make another death saving throw. Almost said Ulthar.
You know, it's starting. It's starting to be a thing.
I guess.
That would be an 8.
All right.
Can I move to stabilize him now?
Yes, you may move to stabilize him.
All right, I will
Oh
attempt
boy, this is supposed to be my job.
check on him.
You'll
gonna-
get plenty of
all right,
opportunity.
Go
in the
ahead
future.
and make a
First one
medicine
is on the
check.
house.
I swear, guys.
Oh, good. I thought it was a natural one, but it's not. It's 7.
Oh,
Plus
good.
1, 8.
Love,
Oh, so you're not stable, sir.
lovely.
Yeah. Ernie has stopped the horses. It's like, how's he looking?
Not
Not
good.
good? Not good?
No, no.
Eh. I never was one for knowledge in these things. How about your hippo guy?
Yeah,
Okay.
Artio is kind of leaning over and is like, let me give it a try. No promises.
I cast guidance.
Ooh,
Ooh.
nice.
I kind of just
All of a
lean
sudden,
on
I
him.
feel like I know 20 more body parts than I knew before. And then I take a quick look over him.
This is an
And
elbow. This
yeah, this is an elbow. With guidance, I roll a 14.
14. You have stabilized, Doctor.
Oh dear Lord, thank the Lord.
Yeah, you have stabilized the doctor.
And like I'm looking up and like, I think he's stable for now, but we should get him some help.
Oh,
And kind of looking at Ernie because he's the only one who knows what's going on in
All
this
right.
area.
All right. Okay.
Oh my god.
I'm not
I
too hot
think-
myself, but you know.
Let's see here. Ernie goes ahead and
That's
he
true.
does have he goes down in his caravan, um, and opens up a chest in the back and pulls out a potion of healing.
Oh,
So he's like, "All right, you saved me more gold than this is worth because they could have went off with a lot of stuff. All right. Oh, it hurts me. It hurts me." He uses a potion of healing on Doctor. So Doctor, that's what is that? Is that 1d4 plus 1? Is that what potion of
one
healing is?
1d8, I think. Potion of healing is.
Oh, it's not minor,
Let me
right?
see.
I don't know what the.
No, regular should be 1d4.
No, this is a
Oh,
normal
1d4
potion of
minor.
healing.
Yeah.
All right.
Potion of healing should be a
Let me see.
1d4.
So
Oh, straight up.
just
Sure.
an aside, really quick. One of our
Sure.
illustrious viewers says, "Go, Artio, use your Hippocratic oath."
Oh. Oh, God.
Uh,
Oh, it's
Love it.
2d4 plus
2d4.
Yeah, 2d4 plus 2. Thanks, Wanderer.
Okay.
2d4 plus 2.
Alright.
All right,
There we
9
go.
Love
HP
your puns.
restored, my friend. 9 HP
yeah.
restored.
Nice.
Back to full health.
Excellent.
Sweet.
Oh,
Only Layla is bleeding out now.
what's happened?
Yeah, Layla's
Yeah. Where did the
Hurt
bolt
that
hit me?
where the bolt hits you.
Yeah. Did we decide?
I would say, I don't know. How about your side, but it's not lethal?
All right. Yeah, I might want to
Like,
get this
oh,
checked at. You know,
yeah. Or
You still have your
your
needle
armor
and
stopped
thread.
quite a bit of it from puncturing too
I don't
far,
have
but
armor.
good. Oh, you have no armor.
I'm a monk.
It went straight through you.
Yeah.
Would I notice her bleeding?
I don't know. Does
You're just
Layla
waking up, bro.
reveal it?
I know. That's why
Later
I'm
on.
asking you. Would I
Say,
notice
as-
her bleeding? Just
I
wake
feel
me
like
up.
as we're moving, I feel like I'd like take off my hood and like introduce myself properly. Like we've been through something. So
Nice.
yeah. So okay, I guess can we
Arturo.
do that now?
Sure, if
All
you'd
right,
like to. Yeah.
cool. So yeah, so a hood comes
Do
off,
it.
Cal comes down, and she is indeed a tiefling, which you probably all figured out originally. And just kind of just smiles and says, "Layla, nice to meet you."
Arturo looks at you and shakes your hand. Like, pleased to meet you too. I like the horns.
Thanks. I like, all that. That was pretty cool grappling there. I was really impressed.
Thanks. Yeah.
I turn to the doctor and like, I love the plague mask. But I'm Layla, and I feel like we're going to get to know each other quite well. I'm bleeding.
No. Doctor, Otari. Did you actually say I'm bleeding?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. If our friend here wants to take the reins, I do not. I can tend to you.
Oh no,
Now.
he has already taken the reins.
Oh,
You are
perfect.
not.
Let me patch you up right now. We should get you to my clinic in town, but for now, let me see what I can do. And I'll go over and take out my doctor's bag, which is a small leather-bound case that has basically just like a surgical symbol on the side that houses a lot of my medical tools. And so, AKA, it's a healer's kit. And so I will take out the healer's kit or my bag, and I shall heal you if I can figure this out.
He's got the healer's feet.
Yes. How do I figure this out? Aha. And I will heal you. Creature as an action, I'll spend to use this. I will heal you 1d6 plus 4 HP plus an additional HP to your maximum equal to the creature's maximum number. How many hit dice do you have?
One.
One.
One, level 1.
Level 1.
All right. So it's going to be 1d6 plus 4 plus 1.
1d6
Nice.
plus 4 plus 1. Do
So
I roll
it's
it
a
or do you roll
3.
it?
I roll it.
Okay.
So it's a 3 plus 4, 7 plus 1, 8. I heal you 8.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh,
Back
solid.
to full health.
Yes. This should hold for now. I should, again, we should go back to my clinic so that I can properly dress it and get you all ready to go. But this is the best I can do.
Thank you. I greatly appreciate it.
Of
I don't
course.
suppose you want 25 gold for that, but
To be honest, I wouldn't have any need of it. I was just gonna hand them all the 30. So glad that you guys took initiative and did something. Otherwise, my little farce there would have only bought us some time.
well, here. I hand you a crudely made dream catcher.
Oh, well, thank you. And I'll take it and
Hang it
what
when
an
you sleep.
interesting. Hang it when I sleep.
Mhm.
What an interesting trinket. Thank you. I shall cherish it. And I'll put it into my little healer's bag. And sit down because I just came back from unconsciousness. And just like rest on the wagon.
And as you
You
guys
don't-
head out, and the rolling cart continues creaking along through the mist, you hear Ernie talk about his musket there and how experimental model. I got it on the cheap from the Ironhelm brothers. They're excavating in Drakkenheim. They've got a nice operation going, mining that delirium out. And they tinker in these things, and they said, "Hey, why don't you have this for protection when you're bringing us supplies?" And so, yeah. But it packs much more of a wallop than I thought it would.
RTO asks, "Can I see this for a second?"
Yeah, sure. Just don't keep the muzzle pointed away from me, please.
And he just looks at it, he inspects it, and the design reminds him of some firearms that he's familiar with, and he tells Ernie, "You might want to try a little different black powder here. So just for the future, try to get your hand on good black powder that will prevent some of that misfiring. Also, if you..."
No,
Yeah,
keep going.
go ahead.
No, give more instruction.
Like, also, if you're not sure about handling this, I will trade you a heavy crossbow. Way simpler to use,
Well,
but less
you,
damage.
sir, are full of surprises. Okay. You know what? I do feel more comfortable with a crossbow. I usually wield a light one. I feel like a heavy one. Uh, I'm a little. I've tried before, and as a small character, he
Yeah.
has difficulty with heavy weaponry. So he's like, I appreciate the offer, but this is just about as big as I can go without toppling over. Um, but I do appreciate. Actually, you know what? Um, uh, you're interested in the musket though?
Yeah.
How much? He's a tradesman at heart.
I do not have more than 30 gold on me.
30 gold on you. Well, I tell you what, you can give me 30 gold as a deposit, and I'm going to be in town for about a couple of weeks or so. You go ahead and bring me a little bit extra for it? You know, you work
What is a
some of
little
it.
bit?
A little bit. Okay, okay. Um, and he's trying to work through like how much this. It's just an experimental thing. He doesn't know if it's going to break the next time he uses it. He was impressed by its show of force, but he is very unknowledgeable about its uses since it was made by these dwarves. And anyways, he thinks it over for a second and says, mm, "I'll part with this for 200 gold. 200
Hmm.
gold. Um, which I think is about half the price of a heavy crossbow, right?
I don't know how much a heavy crossbow is.
I
I'm not sure.
think it's like something ridiculous. I
Sorry.
think it's like 400 or something. Is it?
Yeah, they're pretty.
Hold
I'm
on.
not sure.
Anyway, hold on. He's gonna make you a deal. He cannot not make you a deal.
Love gnomes.
Okay, heavy crossbow. Come on, gotta give me the.
Nah, heavy crossbow is
Oh no,
50.
it's only 50. It's only 50. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. He's gonna say. Actually, no. He's gonna lower your price. He's gonna say 100 gold for the musket. 100 gold.
Arturo is. He smiles and he kind of thinks to himself and he's like, you
100.
know what? I'll do you one better. I think you'll be better off with that musket than I am. But you said you're in town for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Let's do a little bit of firearm training. And maybe we can be of help to each other in the future.
Okay. You know a
How
thing
does
about
that
this
sound?
technology, do you?
I do. I
This is
happen to
cutting
know a
edge.
lot about firearms. This is cutting edge. And Artio smiles a little bit again, kind of a grin. And he's like, very impressive stuff.
Okay. Well, okay. You know what? We'll be in touch, my friend. Plus, I owe you one for grabbing that leader there and showing him off for us. So maybe we'll work out a deal in the future. But 30 gold. Oh, you're
Sounds
killing
good,
me.
my friend.
Killing. I already had to
I
bust
know.
that potion on your
I
friend.
know. I could not steal this off your back like that. I would
Okay.
not feel good.
Right. Righto. And so he continues chatting you guys up as you guys make your way even further. You guys will be able to rest for that night, so go ahead and give yourselves full, um, long rest worth of recuperation if you've used anything. And he continues getting you guys closer and closer towards the city. And he does chat with you and suggests that if you're interested in firearms, the Ironhelm brothers who work at the Scar, it's a place. He describes it to you. He's like, yeah, they found this great spot here. It's this giant hunk of this meteor, kind of carved this big divot, this valley, through part of the town, and there they're excavating, um, and in the delirium. It's dangerous work. They face all kinds of crazy, uh, crazy monstrosities. Last time were talking about these like people who were like just hollowed out husks of themselves, constantly accosting them, invading their workplace. But they got some pretty good mechanical weaponry there. So if you're savvy with that stuff and want to talk to those who manufacture these, talk to them. So that's a little note for you, Arturio. But meanwhile, you guys finally make it. A few more nights, and it's your second to last day before Drakkenheim. You only have to spend one more night on the road. And as you guys go on your way that day, and you're thinking of how, yes, only one more night before I feel the softness of a warm bed, or a nicer cooked meal or something like that. You guys make your way and find a clearing and make camp, as you have done for the last couple of weeks. Um, as you do so, and as the fire's burning, and as you guys are huddled in the early evening there, uh, there's a trio of individuals who, you can see their lights approaching. Um, they're traveling down the road, and they see your campfire and make their way into the clearing and introduce themselves. You notice there are three humans, um, two of them helping another who is looking really the worse for wear. They've got they came in on just a horse and a cart, and they have to pull their friend off the cart. And they ask Ernie, "Hey, can we share your campfire?" What's your initial response, by the way, to
Um,
three guys showing up to the camp and they look a little
I,
bit worse for wear? Just seeking.
as they approach, I'm definitely carrying my heavy crossbow on my side, not loaded or like not aimed at them, but definitely let them see that we have some weaponry.
I first thing I would like to do would be a little bit cautious, but if I see them,
Well, he does
like,
introduce himself. You have an individual looks a little bit more, carries himself a little bit better than the others, and he says, "My name's Ludwig von Graf, the von Graf family. I spent weeks in Drakkenheim. I was looking for my ancestral deed to my ancestral estate, and could not procure it. City is ruthless. We barely made it out with our lives. There are 5 of us. We went out. Now only us 3 remain. Myself, Endra here, the female, traveling with them, um, and poor Rickard there. If you stay too long in the city, it does weird things to you. And this guy, this Rickard guy that he gestures to, that Endra is helping come closer, he's just kind of, for lack of a better word, delirious. He's kind of his mouth is gaping open, and one thing you pick up on, Doctor, since you're the one who is more familiar with like ailments and people who might be sick, this man is missing his tongue, and it may be something that the others of you guys notice as well. It appears that like his nails have fallen out. Um, he's just looking really the worse for wear, and they've got him in this heavy cloak, and bringing him towards the fire here. They're saying, "Ah, this poor bastard is a veteran. Survived the Civil War, but couldn't survive the aftermath of the city." Um,
is that so? What symptoms are he showing? Is he showing?
well, I don't really want to talk about it much. It's his business there. Just parts of his bodies just start falling off here. We'll leave it at that. But we'll warn you. I best you. I'd suggest you turn back. But if you're intent on going in there, be careful. Also, watch out for the rats. They're pretty nasty. Um, as they share your campfire, is there anything at all you guys in particular would like to ask them?
Just looking at them, like perception or insight, like let's say insight wise, like as they talk, do I kind of notice that I want to see if I kind of notice if they speak the truth or if they're holding back, if like, if their story kind of checks out in my feeling.
Yeah. Okay, you go ahead and make an insight check on that. Truthfulness,
That
are they
is a
hiding anything?
24, 18 plus my 6 modifier.
Um, their stories seem honest enough. Ludwig von Groff in his story, Endra was seeking fortune there, opportunity to pay off a debt she had. Rickard Voss was searching for lost family members, but you recognize that they are not being completely forthright about his ailments. That they're trying to cover something. There's something that they feel really either they don't want to reveal. It almost seems like it's you get a feeling of maybe shame or like I don't know. There's just something that they don't want to reveal.
Yeah. So as I pick up on that in the conversation, I want to point it out. It's like, friends, you're sharing the warmth of our fire here and the safety of our camp. I think it's only fair if we know a little bit more about what's going on with this poor man. For all we know, this could be contagious. And I'm kind of backing up a little bit and again kind of have my eyes dragged to the heavy crossbow on my side.
Ludwig tries to, without a hand, tries to wave you down and says, No, contamination isn't contagious. This feller picked up one of those delirium crystals. It's everything that everybody's chasing over there. They're useful in magic and very valuable to the right collectors. And this guy is holding up one of those strange crystals, and we believe it's the overexposure to that has caused these symptoms. Endra and I are fine. We've been traveling with him this way here. I will say, though, that we're hoping that if we take him out of Drakkenheim, the surrounding environs, he'll get healthier. Change of environment. Maybe he'll return back to his old self, and that sort of a thing.
Artio turns over and asks, Doc, what do you think? Could that be true?
And I will say, Doc, you know that a couple of things. You know that there are magical and available, but expensive magical treatment for it, and you also know that what the end result of this contamination is. You also know that you can verify it's not contagious, and it's purely those crystals from your cases that you've seen, or being subjected to the haze and the effects of the city.
And I'll lean over to the gift and kind of like in a hushed tone whisper, where a new environment or not being exposed to more of the delirium will slow what is happening. The symptoms will progress. He needs very expensive treatment, one that I can't really give. But he is a lost cause. He would be better to be made comfortable So it's
Indra and
Mm.
Ludwig both regard you with horror, like they can't consider killing their friend who has shed his blood alongside them. Like, well, we'll continue with a hope and a prayer for our buddy.
okay. Before you go, and I'll go over and in my kind of like little kit, I'll take out a little pad paper thing and just write down the name of um, the place that I know of would be able to give them the expensive treatment, and I'll go over and I'll give it to them and say, not sure how likely it is they will help, but this place knows of a way to cure his ailment.
Yeah. Look, we're aware. We just ran out of funds. We failed. I failed. You think Ludwig kind of turns in on himself. We're never going back to that city. Appreciate your help, Doctor, but unless you're willing to personally finance those treatments for us, we've just got to get out of here.
I'll think a moment, look back at my group, look back at yours. Go to my clinic in town. Not sure what I can do, but there may be something. If all that you are asking for is a hope and a prayer, maybe I am that hope.
All right. Ludwig. Let's see here. Rolls a 16 insight. How does he feel about your offer?
It's sincere. It's full of truth. It's
Okay.
a place. My clinic is a place that can help them. Um, yeah, my clinic is a place that maybe that
Hey,
would give them.
roll a persuasion check.
Yeah. Um, 10.
All right. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take too much for him to realize, okay, like he wouldn't go back to the city unless somebody offered the cure for their friend, or at least a possibility of a cure. He says,
Sure.
"Well, let me sleep on it. Let us sleep on it, and in the morning, maybe we'll end up going back into town with you. Might be worth a
Wonderful.
shot." Yeah. Well, any other questions you guys would have for them? People who have adventured and failed in Drakkenheim?
Yeah.
Are there? I don't suppose you've happened across a little necklace trinket. Kind of looks like a little bug.
What are you looking at? A necklace, trinket?
Yeah,
We
it's I've been in the city
get one.
years ago, and
Oh, okay.
I lost a necklace. That's
We never. Well, where was that? In the inner city?
I didn't make it that far. I was much younger.
Neither did we.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah,
towards the
we barely
outskirts.
made it. We never made it in there. That's how rough it was.
Yeah, same.
Um,
Mm.
However, they will share, as you guys are on the campfire, a couple of rumors or things that they've heard. I'm gonna go ahead and roll for a couple of rumors and things that they have mentioned to you guys. Let's see here. Um, they do tell you. Let's see here, and then another one that they've encountered a couple of things of knowledge they say there's a really rough part of the city called Buckle Down Row. It's in the outer city, so outside the walls, I believe, where there's vicious fighting pits. They say it's run by the Queen's men, and they
Hmm.
were able to witness one of these things, and they say, I don't really recommend going to Buckle Down Row. It's a rough place. The Queen's men operate these fighting pits. However, what drives all these adventurers to go there is it's rumored that the Queen of Thieves will grant any request within her power to a victor of these fighting bouts down in those fighting pits. So she's got a monstrous champion in there that she pits against these poor suckers, and let's just say it was not pretty. It was not pretty, and nobody was winning a favor from her that night. And so we hightailed it out of there. But it's what they say. Um, and another thing they share is that watch the skies. There are harpies and they're nesting somewhere in the city. So watch your
Hmm.
eyes, plug your ears if you hear a song. Uh, they one of their friends, they tried to stop him, but he wandered off into the mist and was taken by the harpies.
Hmm.
So those are a couple of rumors that they share with you. Um, Otherwise, the night passes uneventfully until it's time to turn in. As you guys turn in, how do you guys turn in for the night?
Um, I'll I'll pull the crew aside, and Artio says, I'm not sure we should all sleep here at the same time. I'm well, I don't think our new friends will try anything bad, but we just I think we don't want to risk anything. I'll offer to take the first watch, and you guys get some sleep.
And Ernie agrees as well. This close to the city? Ah, sound pretty wise there, hippo guy. So yeah,
Agreed.
sounds good. So yeah, first watch.
Before I turn in, I have a spot close to the cart, and I hang. I actually have one dream catcher that's actually part of my hairstyle in the back, so I pull that one out and I hang it on the wagon, and I take sprigs of lavender from one of my satchels and kind of keep them out and about. I burn a couple in the fire to make it like a smoky kind of incense. Yeah.
All right. Um, the men turn in. They take their companion into a tent. Um, and Ludwig says, "Oh, I'll be watching over him tonight," and turns in with him. Endra turns into her tent. Um, each of you guys has your own separate tent,
Oh, we have a
so
tent.
that's kind of nice. Yeah, it's
Oh,
your own
okay.
separate little
So I
tent.
do all that in the tent then, I guess.
Yeah, in your tent.
Comfortable.
Yeah, you can keep some of the elements off of you. It's pretty misty and rainy, and you want to keep the moisture out. Um, Unless you really like that kind of thing, but I doubt it with your characters. Um, all right. How long is your watch there, Artio or Arturio? 2 hours?
2 hours, I would say. Going with
Okay.
a normal night of sleep of 8 hours, two of those I'll take the watch so that I
Okay.
still have a full rest.
All right. Um, let's see here. Let me roll a die. Okay. Um, 2 hours pass. You hear snoring coming from the doctor's tent. And everything seems calm. Nothing has disturbed your campsite. Just the
Okay.
every once in a while you hear a bird cry, but that's about it. At the end of your 2 hours, what do you do?
Um, I since we haven't arranged any kind of order, and our driver was the first one to kind of agree, and I don't I hear the doctor snore, and I don't really want to invade into the privacy of our lady in the group. I'll go up to Ernie and kind of shake him gently awake and tell him that it's his turn now and that I'll take a sleep just over here. It's,
Oh, what? What?
tell him
Pick
that
him
he
up.
should figure out what's.
Oh, it's just you. Okay, yeah. That's my turn. All right. All right. Thanks. Ernie goes on for his watch. So, Arturia, you can go ahead and get your rest as Ernie takes his watch. So, and it's during Ernie's watch that suddenly you guys are all jolted up
Of course.
with a scream. "Ah!" coming from Ludwig and Rickard's tent. And with
Cool.
that, can we take maybe a 10-minute break?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Ah.
Let's, while we're at it, why doesn't everybody roll initiative now?
Okay.
Roll an initiative here as you hear this blood curdling scream coming from Rickard and um, Ludwig's tent.
16.
Have I?
It's 12.
16?
16 for Layla.
All right.
RT on a 12, as usual.
Okay.
It will be a 9.
Yeah.
R2. And okay. Thank you guys. So, you guys each awake to the sound of a blood curdling scream coming from Ludwig's tent.
Hmm.
Um, you hear some thrashing about as you're coming to your consciousness. Immediately, some of the thoughts that run through your mind, Layla, you're like, I know this isn't a nightmare.
It's not.
This is really happening. And you hear a struggle coming from that tent, and shrieks and thrashing coming from that tent. All right. You see, all of a sudden, uh, you don't see, but maybe you hear a tent flap open, and Endra's voice call out, Ludwig, uh, Richter, Richter, and she, and that's what you hear. And now it's Layla, your turn.
Oh gosh, that's it. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what you hear. Endra has come out of her tent. She has her short bow at the ready.
Okay.
Sorry, her
Hmm.
longbow at the ready.
Long.
Okay, sorry. Map is on the screen. Okay. Shoot. Shoot, was that already? I mean, I pop out of my tent. And seeing that she has her longbow ready, I'm gonna make a beeline for the actual, like for the tent and like pull a flap
Oh,
aside
you pull the flap aside.
of like Ludwig's. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Wait.
Yes.
You run
Yeah.
over,
Yep. And maybe cast light as I touch the tent, so that the whole tent
lights
lights
up.
up. Hmm.
So as you whip open the flap of the tent, you see
Yes.
Ludwig, um, wrapped uh, by a large tentacle, which is the left arm of Rickard. Rickard. Um, what's his name? I'm always gonna get that wrong. Rickard.
Fine.
Yeah, tentacled arm, and you see him remove a sword from Ludwig's side as Ludwig collapses, and Richter is just filled with this rage. "Ah!" And that's what you see. This long tentacled arm coming off of him, rage, screaming, no tongue in his mouth.
I just yell to me, and oh, am
You can
I
step
am I
back,
within
I guess.
5 feet of him?
I would
Like
say
Is that the back of the tent, the front of the tent?
Yeah, he's in the back. You're not. Sure, I'll say you can be within 5 feet. Why not?
Okay.
Yeah.
Um, then I'm just gonna go ahead and unarmed strike.
Oh, okay.
Pop him.
Try to pop him.
I'll pop
Go
him.
for it.
Take him off guard, maybe. I don't know. 15 to hit.
Roll damage.
Ooh, 5 damage.
5 damage.
5 damage.
Wow, that's just an unarmed strike.
Yeah, and then bonus action to
Monks be
strike him again.
powerful.
Use a what?
Use my bonus action to unarmed strike him again. Because when I do a
Wait,
melee,
no. Well, because didn't you cast light cantrip?
oh
There's an
shoot, I
action.
forgot
So
about that.
is the unarmed, is that a bonus already? Or is
No,
the
only
bonus?
when you do
Oh,
melee. I forgot that we were in
ah,
initiative.
yeah, we're in initiative. So
Shoot,
what do you do when you open the tent? You've used your action.
that's it. I guess I back up. I don't hit
Okay,
him. Sorry, guys.
okay. So you don't hit him.
Try to draw him
Back
out.
up.
Be like, hey, come get me, and draw
So
him back
you
out
can
towards the
back
fire.
like there.
Yeah.
You can move yourself, I guess. This ain't roll 20,
Oh, oh yeah, yeah.
which is nice.
Sorry. Wasted a roll. My bad, guys.
That's okay. Okay. Arturio.
Um, hearing that, do I see the creature or what not already as I'm exiting my
You
tent, or
She has looked in and yelled out and backed away from it. You do
yeah?
not know what is inside the tent.
But it is lit, so is there a shadow?
Okay,
The
so I
tent is
see.
lit.
The tent is
You
lit.
cast light on the tent.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
So can you see the shadow within?
It's just split.
Oh, you know what? Um, yeah, you see some like monstrous form silhouetted within the tent. Well done, Siren.
Thanks,
Okay, well done, Layla.
All right. I guess RTO is coming out, and with my heavy crossbow in my arm, and I want to ready an action as if that monster or if that creature exits the tent. If I get a clear line of sight on it, I want to immediately shoot at it.
Okay.
So I'm kind of just stepping out of my tent and anchoring down there and aiming at the entrance of the other tent.
Okay. Doctor.
Where am I? Where am I again? Am I
You're
here?
the mask.
On the
No,
mask.
you're not the eyeball, you're the mask.
The mask. Awesome. I'll come out of my tent and kind of move away, seeing that there this creature there. Um, I'm not surprised. I knew that this was bound to happen. Though I am curious as to how far along he was. So I'll also kind of stare at him.
Okay.
Uh,
You get a clear shot from your vantage point.
can I see how far is he? You said he's half, like just with a tentacle arm.
Yeah, he's got his left arm is a tentacled limb now.
Oh, a joy.
Like it's not just his left arm is a tentacled limb. It's like he is there's other parts of him that have become more monstrous um as a result of this. So he is definitely um turned into something that is distorted and a little bit inhuman.
Okay. Um, I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do. Um, I can do that. 3. So I'll just look at him and just shake my head. 4. 4.
Okay. You just look at him and shake
Um,
your head.
and I will cast um I'll cast Infect
Okay. What is
on
Ooh.
attack roll or
um
is it a save? New
uh
spell, everybody.
it is a
Yeah.
the inflicted
Way
creature
cool.
received in range of magical disease. Constitution. Oh,
On
at the
save?
start. No, it's an attack roll. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So I attack and then yeah. So see if it hits. Oh boy, I'm sorry, guys. So it'll be +5 to spell hits. Does a 15 hit?
Yes.
All right. So he is now infected. At the start of each of the target's turn, it must make a Constitution saving throw. The creature takes 1d12 necrotic damage on a failed throw, or half as much as on a successful one. If the target succeeds on 3 of these saves, the spell ends. So I infect him.
Okay. So so now it is the start of his turn. Trying for a
Yep.
con save.
Con save, which is
He rolled 13.
13 saves. So he'll take half of
Okay.
30d12.
The D12.
Yeah, I found it. All right, there we go. He takes 1 necrotic damage.
Oh, all right. He'll take 1 necrotic damage. You have stepped away from the tent, Layla. And suddenly, whipping out of the tent is this long tentacled limb
Oh.
reaching out towards you.
Gross.
That is a 10.
Ha. Nope. Nope. Doesn't get
No? Okay, yeah,
No.
like literally reaches out that like 15 feet of space, reaching out towards you, grasping towards you.
I would
And you
dodge
just
out of
hear
the
more
way.
screams from within of him going, ah! Um, yeah. Okay. Uh, Endra is going to peek in there and be horrified by what she sees. She tries to reason with Ricard. Ricard! Stop! Stop, Ricard! We can help you! We can help you, Ricard! But he seems oblivious to her pleas. Layla, it's your turn.
Again?
No, it's your turn, Layla. Yeah,
It's my turn.
it's your turn.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right. Okay. So he's still within the tent, though.
He's still in the tent. He's reached out.
Okay, and the tentacle's withdrawn now?
No.
Is it flailing? Tentacles out?
Oh, the tentacle has come back. It was like a whip that came out and
Okay.
came back.
Your friend is lost, both of them. There's only one way to end this. Please forgive me. And I guess I'm running into the tent and attacking.
Okay.
Unarmed strike. Let's go. Oh, that's on me. 18.
Hits.
Cool. Oh, sorry, that was a 20, not natural 20. Not that it particularly matters. Ooh, 6. 6 damage.
6.
Yep. And then now I can use my bonus action to hit him again.
Okay. Is that what 6 damage you said?
Yeah, 6 damage. Second one is a 6 to hit.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Artio. Is it Arturio or
Uh,
Artio?
Artio.
Artio. Okay.
Artio, yeah. Well, I still don't see that thing, right?
You see its silhouette against because of the light cast on the tent. So you see a silhouette, but you don't see the
Okay.
defined features.
But so if I were to take a shot from the outside, would I be clearly able to tell the difference between the 3 people that are now in the tent so that I'm not either,
There's only
hit someone else or
there's only one figure upright. The other figure is slumped on the
okay.
ground. Yeah.
Okay, and then I see where Layla is, right?
Yes.
Dancing around the
She is right
edge.
next to you.
Oh, Sorry, I ran in and I hit the person.
Oh, you
You're
ran
there,
in.
right?
Well, I had to hit
Somewhere
it.
here
Oh,
I
yeah, she
or
ran.
Otherwise
somewhere.
I can't hit it.
She ran in.
Sorry. Yeah, I ran in
Yeah.
Yeah,
to
so you
hit it.
can. I would say you can tell from the silhouette, the tent.
All right. Then I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna shoot the heavy crossbow with a 13.
That's a hit.
Nice. All right. And that is for not so nice 3 damage.
All right. Level 1. And well, anything else for your turn, RTO?
Um, I'll actually. Is there a way that I can get into the tent now, or is the entrance blocked? I
I
were
would
to.
say she is occupying the entirety of the entrance. It's just a
Sorry.
small tent. Yeah.
I
All
was
right.
excitable.
Then I'll walk to kind of like a little. Nah, you know what? I'll stay as it is. Thank you. That's all I can do.
Okay. So
As the
through the side of
doctor
the
said,
tent,
level 1. Not much to do.
heavy crossbow bolt sips through the tent right in front of you, Layla, hitting this creature in the side. Doctor, what are you gonna do?
When one is faced between saving an unsavable person, the only humane thing would be to put them down. And so I will cast a cantrip called Poison Needle. I launch a conjure. It's basically, it looks like I'm throwing a dirty needle at him. It launch a conjure dart coated with lethal poison at a creature I can see within range. Make a ranged spell attack. Oh, wow. Does a 23 hit?
Yes.
All right. And then I'm going to hit him for. What is it? Poison needle. 1d10 poison damage. 8.
Okay.
8 poison damage.
After the crossbow bolt, now the needle. It's kind of not looking super hot there.
And sorry, it's getting a little bit closer to me. So I would like to move. I would like to move 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Right there.
Oh, okay. Ernie peeks out of his tent, the musket. He's like, "You guys got it, right?" And ducks back into the tent. So right in front of you now is this creature, Layla. Let's see here. And there's all these things hitting him from different sides. And in his rage, he's going to attempt to attack you with his tentacle.
Gross, but okay.
19.
Ooh,
19.
that
So this massive
hits.
tentacle, boom, hits you with this immense force. That is 13 bludgeoning damage.
I'm out.
Not only is she out, she is now wrapped in his tentacle as well.
Boy.
His
Also,
tentacle is like, and has
sorry
crushed her
to
with
interrupt.
it.
I don't know if I missed it, but he needs to. The monster needs to take a Constitution saving throw
On
for the
save.
spell.
5.
That is a miss. So, oh my gosh, sorry. I got a bunch of tabs here. So he. What would he roll again? He will take 11 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Monster is
He's not
out.
grappling anyone.
Yeah, he's not grappling anyone.
Because it's at the
After he
beginning,
whacked,
right?
it's at the beginning. So as he
It's the
goes, I'll
beginning
say
of
as
the
he
step.
goes,
Yeah.
it would have been a knockout blow. You see him twitch and then collapse in a heap before he can whack Layla. What would have been a knockout blow to Layla, he just freezes up and starts twitching due to the doctor's poisons. And
You've activated my trap card.
there we go. And yeah. Oh, now what would you guys like to do?
Fantasia is. She is fantastic. All right. I'm just gonna
Oh,
back away, I guess. It's not my.
You back away, I go forward.
Nope.
I will, if she's backing away, then I'll go up and I actually want to see how far along the infection has spread, and I'll bring my little healer's kit and or my not healer's kit, my doctor's. Basically, my doctor's case, apothecary case. Kneel it down next to me. Kneel down next to this, and I want to examine him. I want to see how far the I guess not my infection, but the delirium infection has spread.
So what are you looking for? Just the extent of the infection?
Yeah, the extent of the infection.
Oh.
I'll take out a notebook too, so that I can write down
Make a
notes.
medicine check.
I have proficiency. Sorry. Medicine. Where are you, medicine? Ha! 15.
15?
12 plus 3.
He has reached the final stage of contamination, Doctor. So this meant that he had reached that incapacitated state, which you take to be like the last moments, and he became absolutely monstrously transformed as a result of this, which does what's it called? Yeah, which does confirm one of your theories, which is that even if you have left the haze or left or no longer dealing with contaminated objects, contamination can still spread within you, even outside. So, contamination is not something you can only continue to gain within, but if you are contaminated, as this case kind of proves, the case can progress. It can progress unless it is treated.
You can't see my physical delight as a smile is on my face, but you'll because my mask is on. But you do see me kind of just like move with intense energy around, like fascinating. So it is
Yeah.
true. And kind of just like
Do it.
lift up this tentacle, trying to see how far the infection has even mutated this body. Writing notes into the notebook frivolously, just like so happy that one of my theories has come true. That this contamination can even be done outside of the zone. And so you kind of hear me rumbling, being like, fascinating. Gosh. So it is true here. And Targ looks at it and is like, subject has grown into stages, though has slowed down considerably when not exposed to it. Subject still seems to change. Is there no stop?
Doctor, you had heard rumors about this thing, but you'd never observed it firsthand. It is not common for the infection to spread or the contamination to spread outside of the haze. It's a slowly progresses, like you deduced, but it is something that does not tend to go away just on its own. So this is what you've deduced from this thing here. Endra kind of solemnly looks down and mourning the passage of her comrades. Just kind of solemn. It's like, and again, speaks ill of the city and of the ill cursed luck that it brings.
So, RTO, clearly fun graph, right? No, what is it? Fun.
Oh, what?
The other guy, that the
Oh,
noble,
yeah, Von Graf.
fun graph. Um, he clearly died, right? So there is
Yeah,
nothing we
you
need to
guys
check or anything. So that's
checked in,
clear,
and
right?
my doctor ignored him and went straight to
Yeah.
analyze the creature. But you guys, perform the checks, and he is deceased.
So I'm kind of as sorry, I'm hard time remembering names right now. The partner is
Ricard?
the no, the other one,
Oh,
the
Endra.
Endra.
woman, or
Endra.
Endra, that you just said it, and I just can't.
That's okay.
As Endra just stands there, I'm walking over to her and kind of approach carefully and inquire what, you know, first of all how she's doing, and then what her plans are now that she's all alone.
He says, well, there's a reason I've survived this long. Uh, don't worry about me. I'm gonna take his horse and just ride out of here. Now that we're no longer carting my friends. So I'm just gonna pack what I can, and gonna have to ditch some of this stuff, which is basically the cart. She wants to be safe traveling and not a sitting duck for bandits and brigands.
So I'll ask her. I'm kind of like, I'm glad that she has the confidence to make it safe back to wherever she wants to go, and I'll ask her if whatever she leaves behind, if it's okay if we look through that and see if there's anything useful, or if before she departs, if she can still give us some more useful information, knowing that we will go into the city but want to be as prepared as possible.
Um, so she does, let's see here. They don't have much, but they did have, at least on Ludwig, there was, he was a noble, and so he had some nice clothes, which are now thrashed. Um, and she insists that she takes, at least, a signet ring of his to return to his family, but says, really, just some weapons that they had. Um, so, for example, he had on him a long sword that she said you can go ahead and take that if you want into the city. Otherwise, there's maybe just some basic supplies, some rations
Eh,
that they
Do they
had.
by chance have a map or something from their journey, or can she draw the little map
Yeah,
or something, the way they entered or exited the city, how they moved about?
yeah. You ask her about navigation, and she says, "Ah, yes. Um, I can, I can give you that. In fact, I won't be needing this anymore. I'm never going back to that cursed place." And she actually hands you a map of Drakkenheim. And let's see if I can
Nice.
figure out a way to do this. How do you change scenes in Owlbear?
Um, you need to kind of have it prepared. Uh,
Oh, I click Atlas, I go to
yeah,
another scene. Okay, so
yeah.
add, upload,
Hmm.
and then I have, really quickly, then import, and then I can take you guys there. And this is the map
Nice.
that you'll have that's open. Can you guys see? Is it switching you over now?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Ooh, boom.
nice. Oh, that's so cool.
Welcome to Drakkenheim, friends. and this is going to be the map where we're going to chart everything for us. You guys are going to eventually, after that night, and so I'm going to say that's pretty much what she's able to give you as a map. Well wishes, and do you guys want to take the nobleman's longsword?
Yeah.
You will?
Whoever wants it, but I think
I
we
have
should
no
take
use
it.
of such things. That being said, I'm still enamored by this dead creature.
Okay. So you guys are in Emberwood Village, which is off this map, right? It's farther
Mhm.
away from the city itself. Um, and as you're perusing it, RTO, uh, you're noticing that, let's see here, Buckle Down Row, which is represented by number 18 on the map, let me see if I got my little pointer here. Bloop. Is right over here. The place
There
where
we
they said
go.
the pit fighting was,
Mhm,
on the outer part of the city outside the wall. Um, and that they also cited harpies um, in that part of the city over there as well.
to do it too.
And
Haha.
so they had flown out. They weren't sure where the nest was, but let's see
Okay.
here. Actually, let me take my hand and where is that number? Oh yeah. Um, actually, she will say that she has a hunch that the harpies are roosting in the old clock tower, the cosmological clock tower, which is represented by number 12, that overlooks the Dran River. But of course, that's the inner
Mhm.
city, and that's just where it's one of the highest points, so that's where they think they saw some of the harpies float off above the haze
Okay.
towards that clock tower. So that might be something to know as you guys explore the city. But anything else? I don't think many you guys are getting too much sleep this night, having encountered this. Everybody is shaken, and anything you want to do before you hit the road into Emberwood Village?
Mm,
All right.
No, I'm good.
No, unless there are like some lavender plants nearby,
um, nothing.
Replenishing.
The landscape is blighted.
but that's
It's
okay.
blighted.
Yeah.
It's pretty terrible. In fact, a lot of the supplies that are being brought in are things that should have been provided in the surrounding countryside. Flour, um, meats, fruits. He's got a lot of preserved things: salt, dried fruits, sauerkraut, casks of meat and things. Just provisions for these people who have to live so far away from fresh produce and dairy and meats. Um, so you guys, it's a silent morning. Even normally chatty Ernie is pursed lipped as he's guiding the reins into Emberwood Village. Uh, as the city crests before you, you see it in the distance there. You're filled with an ominous dread, potential, um, but also a lurking horror at the back of your minds. Each of you searching for something and hoping that it can be fulfilled on this venture. Having already shed blood together, you think, okay, maybe these few people are ones that I wouldn't mind taking with me if I could convince them to into the city. And perhaps maybe we could even grab a person or two more to make this a real adventuring party. And so with that, as you guys pull up into Emberwood Village, is where we'll leave off for tonight.